Hey there, welcome back to Bloodborne. Today we're going to finish up Cathedral Ward. Finally. Feels like we've been building up to this for 1,000 years. And then some. Although I guess the same could be said of this whole Let's Play. I think the first time I posted about doing a Let's Play of Bloodborne was in mid 2016. Like, it was quite some time ago. Some might say too long ago. Yeah. Those guys are really dangerous, believe it or not. Despite being skinny, unarmored blue men who slap you with their fists. You don't want to mess with those guys. They're bad news. And maybe you'll see why later. But certainly not while I have the Tonitrus in my hands, because they're weak to lightning. Or bolt. Bolt, I guess it's called. We got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of enemies standing in my way. I will get to that cathedral. Oh. I will get to that cathedral, even if I have to tank every hit on the way there. Jeez, oh, this has gotten bad. At a certain point, you really just kind of gotta accept it. You really just gotta, sometimes that's how life is. Also, I missed the riposte on that one, and I'm not sure how. I don't know. I think the giant might have gotten in the way. Either way, this giant has been a pain in the fanny. Jeez. A common complaint of the Souls games that are later on in the series, Dark Souls 2 and 3, and this game as well received that complaint, is that they really dump enemies on you by the truckload. Boy, do they. And I can understand that complaint. I understand it, especially in the Dark Souls games where you have to commit to every attack, because it means that there's a lot of, walking back and forth, waiting for an opening, And that gets very boring, or repetitive. But I think this game prepares you for fighting multiple enemies a lot better. So, I think Bloodborne is relatively unique in that it's okay, in my opinion, that they do what just happened and have a million enemies come at you from all directions. Because, I would say that it's not the best game design, so to speak, but it's using the game's mechanics properly, I guess. Here come more unique enemies, this time in the form of guys holding crosses that look like the Hunter's Mark for some reason. I don't know, why not? They have very, very broken parry windows. I don't know why. Well, we did it. We've made it to the Grand Cathedral. Finally. Feels like this has been a long time coming. I am certainly ready to get healed and get out of here. I don't know if I like the ominous rush of air that just happened, but, that's fine. I'll take it anyway. I also don't know if I like these statues, and the blood on the stairs, and, the general darkness of the cathedral. This no longer seems like such a good idea.
The frailty of men, their wills are weak
Uh-oh. Well, let's fight Vicar Amelia. Huh. So Vicar Amelia is the next non-optional boss we have to fight after... Boy, the only non-optional boss we fought so far is Gascoigne. Everything else has been completely optional. That's really weird, but also kind of cool. So Vicar Amelia has a pretty cool gimmick. She's got all these like gangly limbs, and she like also screams a lot. But each of those limbs can be broken individually to affect her attacks and damage, and also to stun her, so that you can go in for viscerals. It's pretty cool. It's a neat gimmick. I think it's pretty neat. Now I chose the Tonitrus for this fight, and that's actually not the best idea, because I believe she is pretty neutral to lightning. I think. I don't think she takes extra damage from it, but yeah. You're going to want to stop her from doing that, also, because you might have noticed that she just gained about a quarter of her health back. Now, I picked up some numbing mists earlier, which are mostly used in PvP to prevent the opponent from being able to heal using blood vials, but it's also useful during this boss fight, because it keeps Amelia from being able to recover her health. It's sort of similar to the blood cocktails in the Blood-Starved Beast fight. If you think outside the box, it kind of changes up the dynamic of the fight a little bit. Because otherwise all you can really do is just keep the pressure on, and don't let her back off so she can heal. And that's hard. Disappointed that she doesn't have her own boss theme. It's just the Cleric Beast theme again, I believe. Still, it's a pretty cool boss. I really like the gimmick and the style of it. Well, see you later, Vicar Amelia. It's been real. Oh, come on. Oh, just shoot her. Sheesh. Well, that was a pretty climactic fight. Although it doesn't seem like anyone's here. Damn. I don't know what that is, but it looks like a skull, so let's leave that alone for now, shall we? Back to the Hunter's Dream. Maybe Gehrman will tell us what to do next. I'm not really sure what to do now. Because, I mean, we went to the cathedral, but nobody's home. And Gehrman's not here either, huh? Well, I guess right now we're kind of directionless. So we've been carrying around the brooch from the little girl's mother, in addition to the tear stone from the doll, as well as the gold pendant we just got from Vicar Amelia. They are a trio of special items that you can smash, and smashing them will give you unique gemstones to slot into your weapons. Now, one of those, I don't remember which one offhand. I guess we're about to find out. The Tear Blood gemstone is relatively unique in that it allows you to have constant health regeneration. And so it makes for a good gem to put on your gun, because you're always going to have your gun out, so you're always going to be recovering health. Very slowly, but it's just enough to make a difference if you're almost topped up. So we haven't gone over here yet. Over here, tucked in this remote little corner of the hunter's dream, is another bunch of little messenger guys. And this is where we can put our hats on. Yeah! So, now the little messengers that surround all of our lanterns and have any messages we leave, they'll have the top hats on, along with any other hats we put on them. I don't know why. It's such a totally useless addition, but it adds, like, just that little bit of personality, I think. Just enough that the game could use.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
So I'm going to start putting points into my tertiary stats like Blood Tinge and Arcane, because there are a couple of guns or arcane tools that I do want to use before the end.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this dream.
Yeah, we've already heard that.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Appreciate it as always. Well, now let's just go explore around, I guess. I mean, what else is there for us to do? Still not gonna touch that skull. I don't know. The skull's just... it's sketchy, man. I really like that the story remains relatively directionless now. I mean, think about it. We came here to get our healing done by way of the healing church, but, well, they're all crazy people, and they're all trying to kill us, and, I mean, we're a hunter, so, now what? I like that the game gives you just the slightest hint of plot direction, and then it yanks the rug out from under you, as if to say, well, now you're on your own, buddy. Good luck. More strange background music. Just the slightest hint of ambience. And it seems like there's more stuff up there. I guess that's where that locked door at the top of the workshop leads. Huh. Looks like there's a little subsection of the city over there. It's pretty cool. Can't quite see into it, but oh well. I guess we don't really need to. Coming up here is one of my least favorite fights in the game, I think. Not because it's necessarily a bad encounter, but because it's just tedious. It's really just tedious. We've got a pair of hunters hanging out here, using the Yahar'gul Black set, as well as some of the equipment that we can have right now. So we're gonna Tenitrus v Tenitrus this guy while trying desperately not to aggro the other guy. And the reason I'm bringing the Tenitrus out now is because it really annihilates these dudes, and it is the best way I have found to get rid of them, because they are a pain. Oh, they're a pain. unless you have a high damage output, in which case they're not that bad. Most of the trouble comes from aggroing them both at the same time, which you have to be pretty careful not to do. You might not have even noticed that that second guy is standing there, because he kind of blends in with the ground a little bit. However, he is... Ooh, this guy is a spicy boy. Because he has Ludwig's rifle in one hand and the rifle spear in the other hand. And he, unlike you, does not get stun locked if he gets hit while he's changing his weapon's form. So he can just blast you from 1,000 miles away with bullets until the end of time. And this hasn't happened to me. This hasn't happened to me yet, but I will guarantee you that it's gonna happen at some point in this Let's Play. You saw that I just got parried there. Well, if you get parried by an enemy hunter, you can then be riposted just like they can, just like you can do to them, which will kill you in one hit. Like, I've never survived it. Like, if I got visceral attacked by an enemy in this game, I did not survive. Man, these guys. Like, this guy especially is a real fucker, because, like, he just ducks and dives all over the place. And see, his AI is especially annoying, because he's got two guns, so he tries to, like, stay way back, and, like, thus out of your range. God, it's just so annoying. Like, the best way to take care of these people is to just get them in a corner and keep them there. Have I mentioned that I don't like fighting hunters in this game? You want to know what PvP is like in Bloodborne? Well, here you go. It's two people taking pot shots at each other and then healing all of the damage away. There we go. Sheesh. Hey, sorry about all the noise.
Bless us with blood. Bless us with blood.
Bless us with blood.
Bless us with blood.
Okie doke.
Bless us with blood. Bless us with blood.
Bless us with blood. People are strange. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to take care of those guys now, because, I mean, I'm in the area, I might as well. However, we can also get on top of these houses, because there's goodies up here. Not many. There's not really any reason to do this, but, you know, they let you do it. 'Cause, I mean, the houses are here. Might as well let you jump on them. I wonder how the people inside the house feel about me just hopping on their roof. I mean, there are boards up there, so maybe they don't care. Maybe that just happens regularly. Who knows? Oh, not another one of these guys. Oh, no you don't. The Tonitrus is also good for fishing for backstabs because it's got a very wide radius on its charged R2 attack. Definitely a plus. Boy, I'm kind of running low on vials. This is like the first time that's ever happened. A lot of the time when I die in this game, it's because I just get hit a lot in quick succession. Like, I very rarely die in this game because I run out of vials. It's mostly because I get hit, and then I get hit again before I have time to back off and heal. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily like, I'm not implying that that is either my fault or the game's fault. It's just how my general play style ends up. I'm a very loose cannon player. Because see, there's two ways to play this game, right? There's either you get in, like you get way in and you never back off, or you back off, jump in and use up all your stamina, and then back off again. And either one is valid, but I am more in the camp of the former, and that ends up getting me killed a lot. These big guys, also very weak to Bolt, which makes them kind of chumps a little bit. They're very weak to Bolt and Visceral attacks. Also very easily distracted by pebbles. Which, I mean, I guess I would be too, if some guy just walked up to me and threw a pebble at my head. I guess I also would, drop whatever I'm doing. But then again, they don't really seem to be doing much. They're just kind of hanging out. But I have a feeling they wouldn't let me pass anyway. No, the real reason I came over here is because of these guys. They both, if I can track them both down, they both drop twin bloodstone shards, which is good because I'm gonna start needing them pretty soon. Gonna start needing them. Gonna start needing them is a weird sentence. I'm going to have started needing them. I don't know. Language is very strange. I like this room, because it's just a big, giant, empty room. There is absolutely nothing in here. I mean, except for that, I guess that ritual bowl, in that communal bowl in the center. I don't know. Yeah. Another one of those traps. Those are... Gotta be on the lookout for those, because you never know when just a giant magical fireball is going to come after you. And also, it seems this is a dead end. Fine. We had to explore over this way sometime. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. When you find a locked door, eventually the door will open. Although this game does make a very interesting distinction between doors that are locked and doors that are just closed. Because if it's locked, it means you can find a key. And if it's closed, it means that something is going to open it, whether it is you or, I don't know, something else. It's like the Silent Hill games, how they make that distinction where, like, the lock is broken means that, like, you will never open it, whereas if it's just locked, it means that you need a key for the door. That kind of thing. Well, we explored one side of the cathedral. How about the other side? Is that an eyeball in a jar? Okay. This game's getting a little bit weirder. Although, I guess an eyeball in a jar isn't necessarily the most weird thing we've seen so far. What with the whole deer werewolf things. Here's something I find interesting about Bloodborne. They use written English for their text. The reason I find that interesting is because the Dark Souls games do not. They use like a fantasy language kind of thing, like scribbles. But, the text in Bloodborne on like signage and stuff is all written in English. Which is weird, actually. I wonder if in the Japanese version that still says Hemwick in English. Because these games, they all have English voice acting, even in the Japanese version. The only thing that's translated is the text. And it's the same with all of the other languages the game is translated into as well. Except for German, maybe? Maybe. I think I remember reading that, but I don't know. Either way, these games are all English voice acting, so it makes me wonder if the text on signs and stuff is the same way. I don't know. One of those degenerates that played Bloodborne before it broke Street Date by importing it from Japan will have to tell me. Either way, we are on our way to a place called Hemwick now, and I guess Hemwick is our next destination. And I believe in the last episode I talked about how there are no graveyards in this game, but I guess this counts. Sorta. There are graves here. And I mean, they don't seem to have much care paid to, like, their general layout. So it makes me wonder if the bodies are just, like, stacked on top of each other down there. Like, they really don't have very much respect for the dead in Yharnam, do they? Just dissecting people, harvesting their blood, burying them in shallow graves, you know, just kind of wherever they feel like. Like, why not lay them out in rows? What's, like, you have the space, you really might as well. There really was no need to clump all of those gravestones around a tree. Or maybe there was. Maybe carriages and stuff needed to come through here, and it was like an economical concern that if all the graves were laid out in neat rows, you wouldn't be able to fit a carriage through here. And I don't know, that would interrupt the flow of traffic. I don't know. I suppose carriages probably do come through here pretty often, given how open this area is. Very pretty, too. We're getting late in the afternoon here in Bloodborne. We're coming towards a proper sunset now. Very interesting. This is a good-looking game. Like, up close, some of the textures look kind of ugh, but like distance textures and environmental textures are pretty much as good as they've ever been. So, hey, consistent quality on that at least. That was kind of a pathetic death sound. Man, look at that yellow. It stands out so nicely. And, looks like we're coming up on the town gate here. Seems we have arrived in Hemwick. So, I'll see you next time when we explore this new location and hopefully find a way forward. Hopefully.